Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Emma. Thank you so much for joining me today for a yoga practice. We'll get started in a comfortable seated position. Feel free to sit on a block, a blanket, or a bolster. If sitting on the ground does not feel good, you can also grab a kneeling position if you prefer. Begin to kind of clear your space, move anything out of the way that you need to. Find a comfortable starting spot. Go ahead and close your eyes once you arrive there. And then maybe take a few moments to just shift around, settle in, even weight both sides of the body, not favoring one side over the other. Let your energy settle. Whatever you were doing before this, let that remain in the past. And whatever is going on after this, let that remain in the future. Bringing your awareness to exactly where your body is on the ground, in your space. And then see if you can keep that awareness within the four corners of your mat as we start to move. It is normal for the mind to wander or for thoughts to kind of drift into our awareness. So if you notice that starts to happen, I just encourage you to come back. Notice the points of contact you have with the ground, sensation of the breath coming in, the breath going out. Let's start to take deeper inhales through the nose, like you're breathing all the way down to your tailbone. Exhale completely, emptying all of that old stagnant air out. Again, drawing a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling completely. Seal your lips if you haven't already. Transfer your breath in and out through your nose. Like you're breathing into the back of your throat, all the way down your windpipe. Keep your eyes closed. Turn your palms down if they're not already. Drop your chin to your chest. Nice and slow, start to circle your neck in one direction. And then let those circles get a little bigger. So maybe you start to move your torso, move your ribs in that same direction, keeping the eyes closed. Make this as dramatic or as calm as feels good. We'll meet in a twist to the right. So left hand on the right knee, right fingers behind you. Notice the more you push down into the right fingers or the right palm, the taller you can sit up, the spine straightens. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, look back over that right shoulder. Keep your left hand where it is. Take your right arm up and over. Grab your opposite knee. Spread your shoulder blades apart, kind of like a cat pose, rounding your back. Keep your left arm on the bottom. You've got eagle arms. Lift your elbows and lean back a little bit. Let the ribs flare out. As you exhale, drop your elbows towards the floor and round your back. Again, inhale, lift your elbows, arch your back a bit. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale. Exhale. We'll sit back up, fingers behind us. Push your spine in behind your heart. Lift your chest, lift your chin, spread your collarbones apart. We'll take a lion's breath in. Tongue out. Switch which leg is in front just to keep it even. And we'll bring the hands to the knees, palms face down. Bring your chin to your chest and then start to take slow, big neck circles in the opposite direction. Make those circles a little bit bigger, so maybe moving your head, your neck, your shoulders, the ribs. And then we'll meet in a twist to the left. The right hand on the left knee, left fingers or palm behind you. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, looking back over that left shoulder for 3, 2, and 1. Take your left arm up and over, grab your opposite knee, spread your shoulder blades apart. Feel space in your upper back. Keep your right arm on the bottom, eagle arms. Lift your elbows, inhale. Exhale, round. Drop your elbows towards the floor. They don't have to touch. We'll do that again. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale up, fingers behind you. Spread your collarbones, puff up your chest. Take a lion's breath in. Cross over your ankles, find a tabletop position. Move through a few rounds of cat-cow or any other spinal movement that feels good. So for me, it feels quite nice to draw some figure 8s with the hips. Kind of like you're just clearing out any sort of buildup or tension, tightness in the body. Let this look free form, organic. It doesn't need to be organized or calculated, but it can be. So if cat-cow feels good, keep going with that. It's warming up the spine and the shoulders. 3 more breaths. Last 2. We'll meet with a neutral spine. Let's go ahead and send the right leg back, roll out your right ankle, wiggle your toes. Let's take an inhale, look forward, arch your back a little bit. Exhale, crunch, right knee to nose. Inhale, extend your right leg back. Put your right toes down and then pull your left knee into your chest. Squeeze your low belly. Lower your left shin back down, lift your right leg up, inhale. Exhale, crunch, right knee to nose. Inhale, extend your right leg back. Put your toes down and pull your left knee into your chest again. Lower your left shin down. Inhale, right leg lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, right leg extend. Put the toes down, left knee to chest, hold. Hug your left heel to your butt, and then we'll find 3-leg downward dog with the left leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips, kick your left heel to your butt a few times, and then maybe take some big hip circles with that left leg. Press evenly into your palms, lengthen your arms. Square off your hips. Let's step that left foot forward towards the left thumb. Walk over to the right into a wide leg forward fold. Grab hold of your elbows and then sway or shift a little bit side to side. Be really gentle. Just waking up the hamstrings, inner thighs. One more breath. On your inhale, lift up halfway. Crawl your hands towards the back of your mat, runner's lunge. Let's bend and straighten into the legs a few times here. Maybe bounce the hips. We'll drop the left knee to the ground. Reach both arms up to a low lunge. Once you get there, grab your left wrist or opposite elbows and lean over to the right. Feel the right heel drive down and drag back. the left outer hip wrapping forward. Squeeze your right obliques. Come back up through center, fingertips to the mat, half splits pose, flex your right toes. Lead with your sternum, draw the shoulders back. Belly button towards the tailbone, one more breath. Standing L pose, bump your hands beyond your mat. Float your left leg up behind you, roll the outer left hip down. Feel a little twist of your torso to the right. Draw your belly button up and in, inhale. Exhale, step. Left foot behind right foot, crisscross your ankles and fold. Inhale, rise, come all the way up to stand with the ankles crossed. Grab your left wrist and lean to your right again. Nudge your hips gently to the left. Come back through center, uncross your feet, cactus, bend your arms, and open your chest. The feet can be separated a little bit if that feels better. Make a bind behind your back, right thumb on top, or grab your right wrist. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees a lot and fold over your legs. Crawl your ribs down your thighs. Feel free to shake your head out, yes and no. Release your hands, halfway lift, inhale. Plant your palms, step back with your right foot, then your left foot to plank pose. Gaze forward, 5 counts to your belly, 4. Feel free to drop the knees, 3. Sending the elbows back, not out, 2. And 1, all the way down, tops of the feet down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Use your back muscles, keep a very big bend in your elbows. Exhale, lower forehead to the ground. Inhale, lift up like 3/4 of the way. Little bend in the elbows, still using your back muscles. And lower yourself right back down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Micro bend in the elbows, shoulder blades drawing together, collarbones spread. Child's pose. Keep the knees wide or bring the knees together. Forehead to the ground, deep breath in. Through the nose, exhale. Inhale, tabletop, bump the knees in. Extend your left leg back behind you, roll out your left ankle, wiggle your toes. Take an inhale, look forward, almost like cow pose. As you exhale, left knee to nose, round your back. Inhale, extend left leg back. Put your toes down and pull your right knee into your chest. Lower your right shin down. Inhale, left leg lift. Exhale, crunch, knee nose. Inhale, left leg back. Toes down, right knee to chest, low belly squeeze. Right shin down, last time, left leg lift. Knee nose. Left leg back. Toes down, right knee to chest, hold. Protract your shoulders, lengthen your arms. Try not to lift your butt up just yet, and then we'll find 3-leg down dog, right leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips, kick your right heel to your butt a few times, and then take some big hip circles with that right leg. We'll square off the hips, step your right foot forward, and walk your hands over to the left. Wide leg forward fold. This time, let's clasp the hands behind the head. Think about the elbows coming towards each other in front of your face, almost like you're wearing a helmet. Feel a little extra release in your upper back, maybe a little bend in the knees. Relax your jaw. Next, inhale, halfway lift. Crawl around to the front of your mat, runner's lunge. Bend and straighten your legs a few times, bounce the hips. Drop your right knee to the ground, reach both arms up to a low lunge. Grab your right wrist and lean over to your left. Inner thighs pulling towards each other, waistline drawing back. Press down with the top of the right foot, the shin bone, the toenails. Back through center, half splits pose. Straighten, fold, flex your left toes. Sternum forward, shoulders back. A little bend in the knees, totally fine. To take the rounding out of your back. Great time for blocks if you need them. We'll bump it forward, standing L. Fly the right leg up behind you. And feel a slight twist to the left as you roll the right hip down. Shoulders draw back, little up dog, cobra sensation in the chest. Inhale. Exhale, step right foot behind left foot, crisscross your ankles and fold. Inhale, rise, come all the way up to stand. Grab your right wrist again and lean over to your left. Nudge your hips gently to the right. We'll come back through center, uncross your feet, cactus, bend your arms, open your chest and lean back. Make a bind, left thumb on top or grab left wrist, inhale. Exhale, bend knees, fold forward, crawl your ribs down your thighs. Inhale, feel the sternum pull a little forward. Exhale, folding, rolling some weight to the inner edges of the feet, the balls of the feet, and feel the inner thighs roll back. Release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms down, step back left foot, then right foot to plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Lower halfway, chaturanga dandasana. You can always drop the knees instead. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, shoulder heads back. Exhale to downward facing dog. Feet are hip width. Little bend in the knees if you need. Outer hips lifting, long sides. Inside palm pushing down. Lift your heels, look forward, step, or if you're ready, you can jump to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Cactus, bend your arms and lean back. Push your hips forward. You can either reach back up or kind of turn this into a swan dive, reaching the arms wide as you fold forward, maybe bending the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back or jump back, chaturanga with your exhale. Inhale, cobra, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Look forward, step or jump to the front, halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, rise, cactus arms, lean back. You can reach back up or turn this into a swan dive as you fold forward. Halfway lift, step back or jump back, chaturanga on your exhale. Inhale up. Exhale back, down dog. Firm your thighs. Feel the kneecaps lift, upper thighs squeezing, low belly squeezing. Pull the bottom ribs in so you're not arching your back or dumping into your shoulders. We'll do one more. Lift your heels, look forward, step or jump to the front, halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus arms. Reach up or swan dive, fold forward. Halfway lift, breath in. Step back or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. As you exhale, charge your right foot forward, back foot flat, warrior one. Reach both arms up. Roll your left hip a little forward, draw the right hip crease back. Take your left arm underneath your right arm. Inhale, straighten your front leg, lift your elbows, press down with the ball of your right foot. As you exhale, humble eagle, drop inside of your right leg. Swing your hips a little to the left and get lighter in your right toes. Think elbows, sternum, and fingers going forward. Next inhale, come back up, unwind your arms and reach both arms up. Once you get there, grab your right wrist and lean over to your left. All 10 toes are pointing to the long edge of your mat. Come back through center. You'll dive your torso down to the right and then walk it all the way around to the back, runner's lunge. Runner's lunge at the back of your mat. Bump your right foot a little bit to the right and come up to a crescent lunge. Feel free to keep a slight bend in your back knee. Take an inhale. As you exhale, cactus your arms, lower your right knee to the ground, but keep your toes tucked. Curl back quite a bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lift your back knee and sweep your arms back. Squeeze your triceps. Pull your chin towards your throat. Left hip crease back. Spin your right foot flat, reverse triangle. Straight legs, reach that left arm up. High five someone behind you. Take this to triangle pose. Reach forward with your left hand and then down. Feel free to grab your shin or a block. Squeeze your legs. Reach your arms away from each other and pull your bottom ribs in. As you come up, bend your left knee, reverse warrior, reach your left arm up. And then windmill your hands to the back of your mat and step back to chaturanga facing the back. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. Exhale, charge your left foot forward. Come on up, warrior one. Right hip wrapping forward, rib cage drawing in. Take your right arm underneath your left arm, straighten your left leg. Feel the inner thighs pull towards each other, lift your elbows, inhale. Exhale, humble eagle, drop inside of your left leg. Left knee a little to the left, hips a little to the right. Really firm up your back leg, relax your jaw. Inhale, we'll come back up. Pivot your feet, reach both arms up. Grab your left wrist and lean to your right. Squeeze your legs, try not to take the hips with you. Come back through center, dive your torso down to the left, and then walk it around to the front. Big sweeping motion. Inhale, come on up to a crescent lunge, maybe a little bend in the back knee. Inhale. As you exhale, drop your left knee, keep the toes tucked. Cactus the arms and curl back quite a bit. Open your chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lift your back knee and sweep your arms back. Squeeze your triceps. Feel the right hip crease pull back. Spin your left foot flat, reverse triangle. Straight legs, right arm reach up. On your exhale, triangle pose. Reach forward, go down to the shin or a block. Squeezing the legs, pulling the belly button back. Rebend your right knee, come up, reverse warrior. And then we'll take this all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop down to your knees. We'll bring the knees together, feet together. Spike your toes to the mat. Take a seat back on your heels for a foot stretch. You can move the pinky toes if you need. Should be uncomfortable but not painful. If it's painful, just take a Vajrasana kneeling instead. You can rest your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes, breathe up and down your spine. One more breath. Cactus your arms. Take your left arm underneath your right arm and then lift your hips up. Look at the front right corner of your mat and step your right foot forward. I want you to use more right leg, less left leg. So let the left leg be really heavy. Use your right glute, right hamstring to drag yourself up to standing. Wrap your left leg up and over into eagle pose. Feel the left hip crease pull back. That'll draw the knees through center. Lean your shoulders back over your hips. Soften your gaze. Inhale. Exhale, drop your elbows towards your top knee. Keep the arms if possible. Slow, unravel your legs. We'll meet in humble eagle in 3. Slowly stepping back, 2. And 1, dropping inside of that right leg once again, maybe feeling a little more space, more ease second time around. Swing your hips a little bit to the left. And then release your arms, Skandasana at the back of your mat. Deeply bend your left knee. You can stay here or right peace sign fingers, grabbing the right big toe. Reaching your left arm up, opening your chest. Push the low back in, take some rounding out here. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, wide leg forward fold. Turn all 10 toes in the same direction. Walk your hands back a tad so the fingers line up with the toes. Squeeze your legs and roll your weight a little bit forward. From here, let's take the left hand to the outer right ankle. Walk your right hand forward out in front of you. I like to bridge up onto the fingertips. If that's going well, start to walk your right hand towards the back of your mat, turning your chest open, kind of like a pretzel shape. Maybe eventually this right hand actually finds the outer left ankle, turning your chest towards the front of your mat. Squeeze your legs, breathe for 3, 2, and 1. I'll walk those hands towards the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Adjust your feet. Come on up to a high lunge crescent warrior. Take your left hand and grab your left waist. Capture your right big toe or knee out in front of you, coming up to standing. Pull the right shoulder blade back. You can stay here, or you can take your right leg out to the right, Parshva side. Inner right heel kicking forward, belly button, ribs drawing back and in. Maybe shifting dristi, gaze to the left for 3, 2, and 1. Bring this right leg back through center. Reach both arms up, float your leg, squeeze your low belly for 3, for 2, 1. Take a long step back, warrior 2. Straighten your left leg, reverse triangle, high five someone or something behind you. And then find triangle pose, reaching that left arm forward and down. Feel free to extend your top arm, big reach. Bottom ribs in. And then we'll sweep this all the way around to the front. Both hands inside the right foot for a lizard pose. From here, your left hand will stay down. Roll to the outside edge of your left foot. Option for the right peace sign fingers to grab the right big toe once again for Vashisthasana, side plank. You're also welcome to take a regular side plank on the left. If you've got the big toe, really focus on pushing the hips up. Try not to let the hips sag. Step your right foot behind you, wild thing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, chaturanga. Inhale up, exhale back, down dog. Drop down to your knees, knees together, feet together, toes spike. Take a seat back on your heels for your foot stretch. Resting the hands on the thighs. Close your eyes. Take your right arm underneath your left arm. Lift your hips. Look at the front left corner of your mat. Step your left foot forward. Use more left leg, less right leg. Drag yourself up to standing. Wrap your right leg over top your left leg. Garudasana, eagle. Elbows at shoulder height. Lean the shoulders back a little bit. Pull the belly button back. Inhale. Exhale, elbows to your top knee. Keep your gaze down. We're going to slow unravel the legs. We'll meet in a humble eagle in 3. Slow step, 2, and 1. Diving inside, pushing your hips a little bit to the right. Forearms swing a little to the left. Let most of the effort be in your legs. Brace your core, last 2. And 1, release your arms, Skandasana at the back of your mat, right knee bending. Stay there, or left peace sign fingers, grabbing the left big toe, right arm reaching to the right. You're spreading the collarbones apart, almost lifting the hips up an inch or so. Low back pushing in for 3, 2, 1. Wide legs, fold forward. Turn all 10 toes towards the long edge of your mat. Let's go ahead and take this right hand, reach for the outer left ankle or outer foot. You can walk your left hand forward. So you can simply stay here. This is also feels really nice on that right side body. Or you can start to walk your left hand towards the back of your mat, maybe grabbing your right foot and then turning your chest towards the front of your mat like a pretzel. You should feel a nice stretch on the inner right thigh, left side waist. And release that. We'll walk the hands around to the back of the mat, runner, adjust your feet. Come on up to a crescent lunge, both arms up. Take your right hand and grab your right hip. Capture your left big toe or knee out in front of you, extend it straight. Feel the femur bone and upper arm bone plug back. You can stay here or take your leg out to the side. Maybe gazing off to the right. Try not to lift the left hip higher than the right hip. Press the ball of your right foot down. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Left leg through center. Reach up, float your leg. Use your hip flexor. 3, low belly squeeze. 2, 1. Long step back to warrior 2. Right heel in line with the left arch. Straight legs, reverse triangle. And we'll take this into triangle pose. Reach forward and down. Maybe this time you like to extend your top arm. Squeeze your legs. Try not to let your butt or your right glute stick out behind you. So kind of feel a scooping sensation. We'll sweep this around to the front into a lizard pose, both hands inside the left foot. Right hand's gonna stay down, roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Option for the left peace sign fingers to grab the big toe again, or skip that as you go to Vashisthasana, side plank. If you've got the big toe especially, make sure the hips aren't sagging. Really strong right shoulder. Flip this over, wild thing, for 5, 3, 2, and 1. Slow, flip it around, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. All right, let's go ahead and slide the right knee up behind the right wrist into a pigeon pose. Feel free to take any alternative hip opener. Make sure your left leg is pointed straight back behind you. You can always bring the right foot further back. Your shin does not need to be parallel with the front of your mat. Slowly start to walk your hands back, roll onto your right hip. Keep your left leg towards the back of your mat. You can either place your right foot at your inner left thigh or take both legs straight. You're gonna go side bend to the left. Right arm reaching up and over, flex your feet. Think about firming down the femur bones, the hip, the sitting bones, the chest turning upwards. Bring yourself back up. You'll simply take pigeon to the back of the mat. So feel free to adjust as needed. Make sure the right leg is pointed straight back behind you. Any alternative hip opener is also great here. It does not need to look or feel the exact same as the other side. You're trying to find a similar sensation, but the body might not be symmetrical in some of these shapes. Let's walk the hands back. Roll open to the right side of your mat. You can either put your left foot at your inner right thigh or both legs wide. This time we're gonna go side bend over to the right with the left arm coming up and over. Firm down your femur bones, your sitting bones. Start to turn your chest upwards towards the ceiling. And then we'll walk it right down the middle. Feel free to take Baddha Konasana instead. Keep your feet flexed, inner thighs going up. It's like you're trying to push the femur bone down into the ground, squeeze your glutes together a bit so the outer thighs kind of feel like they're pulling back towards each other. Walk your hands back towards you. Swing your left leg to the front of your mat. Lie down onto your back and hug your knees in. Feel free to rock gently side to side. Plant your feet flat. Scoop your tailbone forward. We'll lift our hips to bridge, or maybe bridge with a bind if that feels good. If you've got a bind, press down through the outer edge of your hands. Wiggle your shoulder blades a little closer together. You're still not trying to flare the ribs up, so the ribs are softening down, tailbone scooping forward. Little press through the balls of the feet. You want to feel the inner thighs turn on. And then begin to lower yourself down. We'll do one more back bend. If you like upward facing bow, you can plant your hands beside your head, push down into your feet, lift your hips, You want to make sure you're not rolling to the outer edge of your hand, so press down with the inner palm. Same idea as down dog. Push your chest towards the space behind you, knees going a little forward. Same idea, a little scoop or tuck of that tailbone, and a push through the balls of the feet. Tuck your chin, slowly lower yourself down. We'll hug the knees in and rock gently side to side. Happy baby pose. Grab your feet, ankles, or the backs of your knees. Gentle tuck of your chin. Keep your right leg in happy baby. Extend your left leg long, really big hip stretch, half happy baby. I like to reach the left arm out to the left as a counterbalance. And then we'll guide the right knee across the body into a supine twist. You might slide the left shoulder to the left, gaze off to the right. Unwind onto your back. Happy baby, round 2. Keep your left leg in happy baby. Extend your right leg long on the ground. Maybe the right arm reaching out to the right to counter. We'll guide the left knee across the body to the right. Supine twist, gazing off to the left. Maybe the right shoulder a little to the right. Unwind. Hug both knees in, big squeeze. Extend your legs straight out in front of you, with some space between the feet. Allow the toes to flop out and the arms by your side. If there's a different resting position that is more comfortable for you today, please feel free to take it. Soften your palms and your forearms. Release the effort from your breath. Relax behind, between, and around your eyes, your temples, cheeks, and the jaw. Keep your awareness within the boundaries of your mat. Notice if any thoughts start to float in, and then just coming back to the breath, feeling of the mat underneath you. Try to be here for the entire time that you are physically here. Shavasana. Deeper breath in. Complete breath out. Feel awareness, sensation come back. Eventually reach your arms overhead. Hug your knees in and then roll to your right or left side. Awareness staying right where you are as you bring yourself up to a seat. Draw the hands to the heart. Deep breath in. Exhale. Thank you for choosing to practice with me. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed this class. Let me know in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with your family and your friends. If you would like to donate to help support my channel, there is a PayPal link in the description. Donations are never required or necessary, but always appreciated. Thank you so much, and I will see you back next week.